evening. It's like a little bit after 9 here in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm gonna try to make this fairly quick. This is kind of like an update on a couple things. First, it's some stash ads. I went up to a local hobby shop today up in Holland, which is near Warren, Niles area, I guess, and picked up this. Actually, I paid more for it than I wanted. I think it was priced $39.99, but there was in marker it was like $31.99 underneath, and I forgot to tell the lady, make sure that's the price. She just rung everything up, and I got home and I looked at the receipt and I realized I paid more for it, so it's like an $8 difference or whatever. So I'll keep the receipt, and I took a photo of the side of the box, and I hope that I can go up there again and say, hey, look, can you knock $8 off the next purchase or something? They seem like pretty cool people. But I had this before, and I think I did a slot car body on it. The only thing is, I'm almost tempted to build it soon or start on it soon. Well, first of all, this body, it has all the body moldings. It has a molding. I don't know how well it's going to show on camera here. So you get some light on it. Yeah, a little molding right along the door sill that comes down and sort of separates. It's really hard to get that. Let's see if we can get it. Almost impossible to see with this white glare of plastic. But that molding's got to go. The fins got to go. Rocker molding's got to go. The emblems, the Plymouth front and rear got to go. Yeah, so it's a little bit of sanding if you want to do it as the Melrose Missile. Now, I could do it as, any super stock car and make it generic and save myself. But the reason I'm thinking of doing it sooner is I don't know how the hell Mobius or any model company gets everything in the box. I try to get back into the way it came out, and it just won't quite go back in there. And I hate stacking stuff on top of it. It's like, make the boxes bigger or something. I'm glad they put as much as they do in the kits, but it'd be nicer if they were a little roomier. And I picked up this classic. This was one of the early models I did when it was the Dr. Feelgood in the green. It was one of the first models I did back when I was a young teenager. But I saw it was re-released, and the Kentucky Barrel Company and all that. They can't use bourbon, I guess, because kids may build models, so they don't want to promote alcoholism. So it's Kentucky Barrel Company, and they have an ice cream shop decal, and I think a root beer decals. But it looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's one of those kits I may get to one of these days. But it was a pretty reasonable price too, so I got that. Dude, damn it! Goofball. Picked up some paint while I was there. This Revell color. Picked up some gloss yellow. I'll see how good it is. I haven't tried their spray paint yet. And I picked up some Tamiya. This is called what is this? Dark Iron. I figured that might be good for like exhaust manifolds before you rust them. But I picked up that. And damn it, goofy cat. Oh god, now I gotta fix that. And I picked up this at the local hobby shop in Bourbon I normally go to. I didn't have this one yet, so I picked this up. Got that. So those were the stash ads for now. A little progress on the USACC Plymouth. I got some bare metal around the rear window. In the front window, I have to yet do the side windows, vents, and the little piece of trim that separates the top there, and the door handles. And I think that's about it. I'm not sure. I have to look at the pictures of real cars and see if I think there's a molding here. I could feel one. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be chromed out or not, but that too. Get down, dudes. Come on. You caused enough trouble. I got the interior. Dash is not glued in yet, but most of it's glued in. The seat's in. I got like a wood grain. Why is this thing so stubborn to focus sometimes? I did that just with a brown Sharpie, and I got some bare metal trim on the armrests and the handles and stuff like that. No, it's not bare metal. It's Molotow pen. Come on, focus. Oh, this thing. Why is it so stubborn to focus sometimes? But yeah, I gotta take the dash back out. It's just wedged in there to, detail that out yet, and put the steering wheel in, and put a shifter in, or I may cover that with like a homemade console or something, or a cup holder, and put a column shift in it. But that's for the USACC, so that's got a little bit of work done. I use this Tamiya coral blue paint. It doesn't want to quite focus. It really irritates the hell out of me. Last night I got a workout at the Elle King show, but it's pretty close to the blue turquoise they used on small blocks those years. So I'm making this like it's a, it was a big block car at one time perhaps. And this young guy picked this car up in the early 80s and got an engine out of the boneyard, out of a, mid-late 70s, whatever, Chrysler product, small block. I'm probably going to shave these tiny distributor cap off. Why won't you focus? You're irritating me severely tonight. You know that. Let me try something here. I don't know if there's some smudges on it. It's really irritating the hell out of me. But anyhow, yeah. I got some, it's going to get stock exhaust manifold. It's going to be mostly dirty. It might have a chrome air cleaner, like something a young kid would do, That's the only thing he could afford so far. So it's got to have the small block in it, like so. I'm going to detail the engine compartment yet, but I want to get that done. Excuse me. This weather is playing havoc with me. Where we are here in Ohio, it's the weather's been doing this for the past couple of weeks. It's gone from 20s to 30s, 50s, 60s, almost 70, back down to 20s, teens up to 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, God. And it's raining, dry, windy with dry, windy with rain, sunny, wind. Oh, it's everywhere. So weather's been miserable. And I wanted to also show you this. This is for the under 1,000 group build that starts tomorrow. So I haven't yet started on this. It has been opened, but everything is still bagged. I'm probably going to take this to work in the morning and make a quick video and, show what I'm going to do to it and maybe do some preliminary work before I have to clock in. But, yep, so this gets started tomorrow morning. So I'm going to have to take this to put this on the counter and some paint, primer, some Dremel, and some other stuff so I could at least kind of start on it and give everybody a heads up of which direction it's going. It is a simple kit, If I didn't have this group built in and other things to get done over here, I'd probably would have picked a more exorbitant, parts-laden kit, more detailed, but I wanted to be part of this group build, and I didn't want to get crazy exorbitant, even though we got 2 months to build it. I mean, I got a half a month to finish the USACC build, and I got customers' cars I want to get done because, I want to get them done because it means cash in my pocket, which I've been blowing way too much money. The show last night was nice. Let me tell you about Elle King last night. Hold on a second here. Let me take you off the thing here. We got the VIP treatment, which was not exorbitant as it used to be last tour. Probably because of money and the COVID scare. But here's the poster we got. And I got the VIP lanyard. That's not a backstage thing, though. Also got a stocking cap, black stocking cap with the Elle King logo. And we had what was supposed to be a... turn this camera around. Hold on a second. And there we go. Yeah, we had what was supposed to be the meet and greet we had last time, which was really small. VIP people, I could have counted all of them with 2 hands. Maybe 2.5 hands. There weren't many people in the room. What we did last time, we got into a backstage room with her, and before we went in, we got to write a question out on a piece of paper, and she answered them. And pretty much everybody answered a question, and we got to take an ultra photo with her. You know, I got to put my arm around her. She gave me a hug and got a picture. You know, we took some selfies and they took pictures. You know, their guy would take your camera for you and take a photo for you, or a couple of them. So that was cool. And then you got the merch, another lanyard, and I think a shirt or another little poster or something. This year was a little less stuff. And we get there, and check-in was between 5 and 6 p.m. So we get there 4:45. We pull in the same parking lot we parked in last time. Now, since then, the place has changed its name a little. It's the Masonic Auditorium up in Cleveland. And now it's called Temple Live. And it's got a new sign, new logo. So we pull in the same parking lot because, hey, we got there early. It doesn't open to the public till 7. So, you know, you get there early. We got a parking spot last time and went inside. Once we got the merch, it was still early. So I took the merch out to the truck. So we wanted to hold it all night because that's a pain standing trying to film and clap your hands when you got your hands full, you know. So we got there early. They didn't let us in until like 5:15. So we get in. They check us in. They metal detector and all that crap. They give us our merch. And we go back and we stand in line. And we stand in line. And we stand in line, and we stand in line. Finally, they let us in. We're the first ones in the auditorium. We're down on the floor. So me and the girlfriend and 2 other girls were the first people there. We arrived about the same time, but technically me and the girlfriend got to the door first because the other 2 stayed in their car longer. They got in the parking lot earlier, actually. And so we got up to the front of the stage, and we're all standing there waiting and waiting. And this guy comes out. He goes, "Hi, I'm Elle's tour manager." He goes, "I got kind of bad news." And we're like, "Oh, come on." Drove an hour and 15 minutes in the rain and the wind. You know, the kind of wind where you kind of have to keep your concentration on the steering wheel because you're getting blown around, right? So anyhow, Lenza tells that Elle's under the weather and she ain't sure whether she's going to be able to sing tonight. And we're like, really? I know, don't tell me it's going to be postponed or canceled, please. So he goes, what we're going to do, instead of the Q&A, she's not here right now. She ran down to the hospital to urgent care. She's going to try to get herself better, you know, to give you guys a show. Boy, my eyes shut tonight. Ugh. Anyhow, so what they did is they did a Q&A with the band. And they gave away little prizes like canned koozies and stuff like that. And so the band came out and they did like a Name That Tune. And it's funny how hard it is to recognize some of her songs without her doing the vocal part. Like, one I recognized, but I couldn't place the title because I'm trying to get the lyrics in my head. So they did that, and then he just asked them general trivia questions about her. And I got one. He asked, the drummer goes, okay, well, does anybody know her Elle's dog's names? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I said, well, I know she's had a few. Well, she probably doesn't have these 3 anymore, but, you know, it was Blue, Arrow, and Sugar. He goes, yeah, you got it. My girlfriend's like, don't ask him any more questions. He probably knows the answer to all of them. So, you know, they asked some more questions, and they said, oh, this is kind of fun for us. Elle doesn't let us talk, you know. So, and finally she shows up, and she comes out, and you can tell she's kind of haggard. You know, she looks like she's been through hell and back. And she's talking, and she's, you know, a little straining on her voice. And she goes, oh, God. And she starts crying, you know. She goes, I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And she goes, I hate this. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. And we're like, Elle, we love you. Don't worry about it. You know, if you got to redo it, you got to redo it, you know. I mean, it's, yeah, we're thinking, yeah, it's kind of inconvenient to have to drive back home, you know. But like, oh, come on. So anyhow, they take group photos now. I guess because of COVID and other crap running around. And she does have a newborn kid. Well, not newborn. He's like a year and a half almost. But she does have a kid on tour with her. So they probably don't want to take photos with your arm around her, hugging her and stuff. And then, you know, around this many people. Plus, as I was saying, this year, it was more than 2 hands worth of VIP people. Both hands and both feet weren't enough. There was a lot. There was probably close to 60-some people, 70-some people this time. And, so they took group photos. Everybody had 2 wristbands. Everybody had, I think it was green or orange, and then everybody got the opposite color, but they had groups. You know, everybody got one main color. Like, I think it was green, but the other secondary color was in groups. They counted off rows of people. So we're in the first group, so we took the first group photo, which I'm not even sure if I'm going to be in it. It gets posted to their website in a few days, and what they do is, you know, you go in there and you can download it, you know, so, and not quite as good as it used to be. Yeah, so they do that. Well, what they did is they made everybody, like, that wasn't in the group move away from the center of the stage and take their picture. Well, we took our pictures first because we're Group A, and then we moved away. Group B, C, and D came in. Well, they didn't let you go back. Well, the problem is you had to almost run back to where you were, and me and the girlfriend had to squeeze in there, and I just kind of pushed out on my arm, and it was really tight most of the rest of the night until somebody must have left to go to the bathroom or get a brewski, so it spread out a little bit, but you still have people pushing up against your back all night. But the first band, opening band, if you have a chance, they're called the Red Clay Strays. I wasn't impressed with their last two opening bands. They were on stage. I'm like, get off stage. Come on, get Elle on the stage. These guys were good. And because Elle was sick, they played a little longer than normal because she was trying to get her throat back. She's back there hitting nasal spray, throat spray or whatever, and drinking teas and stuff. So we're still like not sure if she's going to play or not. They may announce, look, Elle is just incapable of doing tonight. Maybe they'd bring the first band back out and jam with Elle's band. We weren't sure what was going to happen. Well, they tore the set down after the first band. And like I said, Red Clay Strays blew me away. Their drummer especially, he was the star. He looked like Animal and sounded like John Bonham. I mean, he was loud as hell. Like when he thrust down, his ass would come up off the drum stool. That's how hard he was. I'm surprised he didn't break every drum head he had. And plus his facial expressions were hilarious, and he interacted with the rest of the band. But anyhow, they were great. They tore down quickly. They got Elle's band up pretty quick, and her band comes out and starts jamming. And we're like, okay, is she coming out or not? Are they just going to jam and say, look, we're going to play, we're going to, Joey's going to sing or Danny's going to sing, and the guy from Red Clay Strays is going to come out and sing, we're going to try to give you a show, but Elle can't make it. What's going to happen? But then they stopped. I then started another song, Here She Comes. And she announced to everybody, because not everybody knew she was sick, just us VIPs knew. She announced, look, I'm still kind of sick. She ran 3 blocks from the urgent care down the road, because they can't take a tour bus down there. She had to walk down and run back physically. Do stay out of here. Anyhow, so she announced, she goes, look, I love you all. She goes, I'm going to do my best. She goes, I'd rather blow on my voice out for you than I would, sit backstage and cancel this. So I'm going to give it my best. And she said she's going to do her, try not to do the songs where she has to belt out as hard. And she's going to do a little help with the guys in the band and the guys from Red Clay Stray. He came out and did a song with her and let her take a vocal break. But she did damn good. And as she went, she lit up at one point too, and that must have helped because she started getting her voice back a little bit, and she actually was able to do some of her songs a little more like she would do them. Not quite as ballsy as she normally sings. I've seen her live a lot in person. This is the third time. I've seen her on videos, and when she sings, she normally is far from the mic, and when she hits the really loud passages, she pulls that mic arm's length away, and you could still hear her. She was kind of hugging the mic last night because you could tell she didn't have the power to blast it, but she still did extraordinary. I was impressed that she did as well as she did being sick. So at least it didn't, we didn't have to drive back home, for nothing. That would have been a real disappointment. But it was a long night, let me tell you. By the time I got home, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get to sleep till about 2. So I was off today. Did some errands and stuff like that, but that was about it. And what are we at? Oh, we're at 18 minutes already. And what? I know it's late. Goofball. Look at this. Somebody loves me. What can I say? He's so weird. But anyhow, yeah, that's it. I kind of want to show you guys. See my work table. It's a freaking mess. I swear to God, if I stayed up late and cleaned this thing off, it'd be a pigsty by morning. And Deuce knocked this here Hot Wheels case over, so some of those cars are upside down. But yeah, that's about it. Just want to check in with you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. It's probably getting time for me to almost get ready for bed. I've been drinking these emergencies. Like every night I drink one of these. I switched to the orange flavor because they were cheaper. I went to Myers the other morning to get more of them. I buy the 30-pack. The 30-pack's $14. the 10 pack is like $8. I'm like, really? It's so much better to, to buy the 30 pack, but they were out of them. So I bought a 10 pack of the orange, which was cheaper. It was like 5 something, just to hold me over. But I don't know if it's coincidence. I don't know if it's placebo, but you drink one of those a day, 68 ounces of water, I think. And it's supposed to help you from getting colds and stuff. And so far, knock on wood, been doing pretty good. Because I know the 2 guys at work have been sick, and so far I haven't. So I'm going to stick to them for now. I mean, if it helps, it helps. But yeah, see my stack of models on the floor again, which the cat will knock over if I'm not careful. But okay, people, well, there's his tail. Yeah, I'm going to get my ass to bed here pretty soon and put the stuff away and get ready to crash. So I'll see you in the morning. I'm going to have another video for you guys. I'm going to pop that thing open and show you some of my prep work on it. As long as I get to work early enough, and I should. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. And that should be it. So, hey, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will see you shortly. So, thanks for everything, and bye-bye. Oh, hey, as a real quick thing, I didn't finish the story here. So, we get to the parking lot, and we got there early, and we pull in, and we see some guy come up and say something to the car in front of us and the car in front of that. And we get up there. He goes, "You're here for the concert?" We're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, you can't park here." I'm like, "What? We parked here last time. There's nobody in the parking lot." He goes, "Well, it's reserved parking only. So I guess now you have to pay extra to park there." So, okay. So we have to go around the block because you can't make a left out of this stupid place because there's like a bus terminal in the middle of the frickin' road. So all the way around the block. And we have to, almost a block up, we have to park in this other parking lot and pay $30 to park there. So, of course, then we left. We got a shirt. There's $35. And then Red Clay Strays had a merch table. So I picked up a CD. My girlfriend goes, "Oh, could you get me one?" I'm like, "Well, sure. You bought the tickets, for the show." So I bought her the same CD. So there's $30. So, yeah, I spent like... Oh, I got 30 on parking, 30 on CDs, another 35 on a, shirt, so plus gasoline up there. So yeah, I just wanted to fill you in on that part. I was like, and there's my big bad Voodoo Daddy poster we got when we saw them. Every member of the band signed it. And this was a couple years ago. It was like right before Christmas they had this show. And believe it or not, this band has been together, each of those members, the same band, for I think he said 23 or 25, 6 years, whatever. I'm like, no way. Because I know people in bands, and most of them can't stay together 6 months without somebody breaking up and leaving. They're like 20 plus years, all the same members. I was like, you guys must love each other, because there's no other way that could happen. Yeah, but I wanted to, before I ended this, I wanted to finish that story. So yeah, it got to be an expensive night. And then I'm buying more model kits, as if you can see I need more. Yeah, really? My only logic to all this is, if by some miracle I can actually retire in 4 more years, retire at 62, even if I take a partial retirement, that I won't have as much money to do this stuff. So at least I'll have a stash. But of course, we all know as modelers, I'll probably still spend my Social Security check at the hobby shop and a swap meets. But yeah, I got more than I'm probably going to be able to build before I die. And that's just the sad truth. Because even if I built one a month, I currently have about 230 kits in here. So, that's 230 months of models if I built one a month. Which, I know it's not going to happen because it's just not going to happen. So, anyhow, okay, now it's time to say goodnight and farewell and all that. So, now it's upstairs. Edit this while I'm laying in bed and post it. So, there's Deuce in the dark over there. So, all right, people, it's time to go. Bye-bye.